you get what you get. Is that true? I mean, the fact that she opened the floor up, Elo, is that just par for the course? Is what you got to deal with?
I feel like if you started that way, you can't control the crowd at that point. You ask for them to sprinkle you or dash you or splash you. You at this point you should say, all right, enough water. If you didn't say that, then you just never
Mhm.
know. And they have libations and everything, so you just never know what people.
You don't get libations every day. That's better than cavalcade. Hey, yeah, it's Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. Hey, how about this, man? As we navigate this life, we say things sometimes, but you don't want, like, say, what's the statute of limitations? Like, let's talk about relationships. Corey Manning, you a married man. My wife said I always put my foot in my mouth. Okay. She said I'm always like doing too much. Are you guilty of that as well?
Oh yes. Depending on what you're talking about, but I'm gonna say yes. It depends.
I don't know what you talking about, first of all.
I answered the question too fast and I realized, wait a minute, what is he asking?
What exactly?
Yeah. But I often put my foot in my mouth. And I think it's the comedy muscle. Sometimes you can't turn it.
My wife don't want no part of the comedy. She be like, look, don't do that.
Yeah, but it's what's crazy though, it's who I am and it's who she married. So when I turn that off, I'm not being who I was when you met.
Wow.
So
that's a great point, man, Corey, because like our spouses, our significant others sign up for a funny person, or do they? You know what I mean? Like, you can't turn it on all the time, right, Steph? You got to turn it off sometime, right?
Yeah, you got to turn it off sometime, especially with the significant other, man, because they're not playing that, and you got to sleep next to them. So my trachea way wide open. I ain't ready for that. So yeah, you got to turn it off.
Hey, talk to me about this, man. I mean, you dealing with these guys out there. What's it like with having all us big brothers around you, and you meeting the guy, and the guy comes into your life? Like, is that a tough undertaking?
It is because when I tell men that I do have a lot of male friends and brothers and mentors and all of that, they get a little nervous, like, oh, you might be one of those. And it's like, no.
What's one of those? What that mean?
Oh, what's one of those?
Loose, because I could have slept with one or multiple of the people that I call friends or brothers, because that's what the average person would do. Like, they keep them around. Like, I don't do stuff like that, but people do keep their exes or people they've slept with or been with around for whatever reasons, including to sleep with them again in the future. But that's the idea that they would get, like, oh, you got male friends? How many? Like, how often y'all hang out?
Does it make a guy look weak when he question that? Like, say for instance, we just seen the whole thing with Keke Palmer, and Keke Palmer just came out recently and it's like, yo, I don't know why he was tripping like that. Just Usher, like, but it's freaking Usher. Like, that's a big deal when your big brother's freaking Usher, and he rubbing on you, singing to you and shit. Like, I mean, did the guy have a point, or is Keke right in thinking like, yo, it's not fair? I'm a star.
I feel like both of them had a point. I feel like he was right in the fact of that's his baby mom, and apparently he had an expectation before the concert. I'm not sure if he saw the outfit before the concert, but Usher sure did. So also, to her point, she is still single. She didn't marry the guy, and the fact that
not married,
and she's an entertainer, so she's gonna be around other entertainers. And again, it's freaking Usher. Like, who's not gonna let him sing to her? And it's not like she kissed the man. They just sung together. So
how about that? Hey, it's Rodney Perry. You tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. I'm sorry I cut you off. Who is that?
That was me.
Go ahead.
Me. Yeah, I wonder what would happen if the roles were switched, though. Like, if it was Keke Palmer and her boyfriend was, say, Beyonce. And Beyonce, he up there grinding on Beyonce and she blowing in his ear and all this other stuff.
Well, Beyonce never do nothing to disrespect Jay-Z. Never.
Well, but I'm using this analogy, and I'm thinking of someone who's who's prolific on stage. I would say Janet Jackson, but some of
She
your audience
is.
members.
She is.
Okay, okay. Let's flip it. Let's flip it. Corey Manning, you married. You go to a Janet concert and they do that whole thing where she bring the guy on stage and tie him up. Are you gonna let Janet Jackson tie you up?
Let her. I'm already there waiting. I'm bringing my own ropes to the concert. I'm showing up.
Where did you get your own ropes?
Right.
They velvet too. They velvet.
Oh God. Hey, Steph Sanders, man, you out there in them streets.
Yeah.
You dating, man. You're a grown man.
Yeah.
Like, what's it like, bro? Let me and Corey live vicariously through you.
Hey man, so sometimes I like maybe on the weekdays I like being y'all. I would like to be married, but the weekends I like being in these streets.
Do you?
Yeah, it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on out
Let
here.
me ask you this, Steph Sanders. How much is a date? How much does a date cost?
A date, man. A good date is running you $125, $150.
Shit, Elo, tell me that ain't true, is it, Elo? Motherfucking date $300
in Atlanta. Not mine, but in Atlanta, mine run about 100. I'd say 100, but you got to add part.
I spent $200 on my wife and my, on my wife. I think
but see, that's different than the date.
Yeah.
Okay, where y'all going? Applebee's? Where y'all going?
Yeah, you having fun on the date. That's the difference. You having fun on the date. You just going out with your significant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But then we would want to go to either the pool hall. We want to go bowling. We probably go to the movies. Yeah. Like it's not gonna just be like, hey,
the movies is fucking $100 by itself.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like it's
if you go to one of the movie theaters with the food in there, that motherfucker is a fucking pretty penny.
That's 200, 250, especially if you're getting drinks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, but I know how to cut them off. They got a limit on that.
Wait a minute, you shut it down. How you do it? You stop
it. Limit on that, bro. And you got to work tomorrow. I start bringing stuff up to them. Ain't you got kids? You don't want to go home.
Ain't you sleepy?
You don't want to go home drunk when your kids. But most of them want to put on their good face so they don't drink too much.
Yeah.
They want, because if you just dating, they want another date, possibly.
Hey, Elo, how many dates before you pay for a date?
I'd say 5.
5. We in a shit. You my girlfriend after 5 dates. Shit.
Yeah,
no, that's good though.
That's 5 G's in right there. That's close to 5 G's in.
You spent $10,000. I'm paying your mortgage after 5 dates. Damn.
Yeah, but most women say after I'm your girlfriend, so that's good. I like Elo on that 5, because most women have said after I'm your girlfriend officially. So I bring ring pops with me. I got a ring pop and ask you to be my girlfriend. So that
your knee hit him with the ring pop.
Hit him with the ring pop, man. Strawberry or the blue raspberry. I want to pop
it. Jeff Brown said, if you leave your house with less than $150,
you irresponsible. That's about right.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm thinking, man, with tip and everything. Now, here's the next question, guys. Like, I don't know if Elo is flying and getting flued out. I don't know if Steph Sanders is flying people out. But if for some reason you get flued out or fly somebody out, what should your expectations be, if anything? Corey, man, I'm gonna start with you.
I'm flying. If someone flying me out, or they flying. If somebody flying me out,
you want to make it work in your mind.
If she flying me out, I'm getting off the plane naked. Like I'm ready. I'm ready. She done flew me out. Come on, man. You know what time it is.
You know what you here for.
Is that not a booty call? Like you ain't.
Elo, don't humor these guys. They have no right to expect anything. Am I right?
That is correct. If it's not established before you buy the ticket, you cannot expect ass when I get there.
It's established when you go through TSA and they say, "Let me see your ID." It's established.
Elo, stop right there, Elo. So, what's the conversation like? Hey, babe, I'm gonna get you a ticket. I want to see you this weekend. I sure would like for you to bring some lingerie.
That could be a possible conversation, or you could just flat right out say it. You know, I want to spend some time with you and let's chill. Let's do this.
I want us to be physical.
Yeah, just say it outright, and
What
I
time of
have the
month is
option to say okay or maybe next time. But I have been flown out before, and it was under the impression that I would sleep with the gentleman, and I did not because we didn't have that conversation. So
He didn't talk about it. He just assumed.
Exactly.
That's a
Hey,
long round. That's a long walk home.
Steph said, "You got a ticket. They better give it up." Am I right?
Hey, I'm coming to pick him in the airport with Speedos and combat boots on. We're going right back home. It ain't even no question. Like, let's get this out of the way now. Then we gonna go eat. We gonna have a good time. But yeah, I'm coming to get you in my robe. So
let me just add to that. Like we're joking about it, and you know, a woman has the right to make a decision no matter what.
Oh, the woman can always say no.
I always say no, and I totally agree with that. I don't want people to misconstrue what I'm saying in my joking, so I want to make that clear. One of the things Elo said about making it clear from out the gate what the expectation is, that is also a turnoff to a lot of women. When you say that up front, they might have it in their mind that they're gonna do something, but be like, you know, when you get here, we about to move some furniture when you get up in here. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Now
you gotta actually move furniture. Am I right, Elo? You can't be talking all that trash and don't move no furniture.
You gotta move furniture if you're gonna say you're gonna move furniture.
Well, the way my place used to look when I was a bachelor, we have to move furniture just to get to the bed. So boom, that's a check. That's a check.
Andromeda says, as a single woman in the last 3 years, I haven't been on a date where the combined total was less than $100. The most expensive date I've been on is $800. Wow. Did Andromeda give that thing up on a $100 date?
And that was your man at that point. If I spent $800 on you, we go together.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Look,
she also said not flew out, and someone had flew to me.
Y'all know it's flown, right?
I put out
both times.
Yes, ma'am.
Give it up, Andromeda, little silly self. All right.
But I forgot my thought. That threw me off. The flued and flown.
That was a lot. Hey, welcome to the show. Cedric Wilson is in the building. My cousin, he popped in. Always a pleasure to see you. Granny Wilder says, not the Speedos and the combat boots. Miss Granny Wilder, Steph Sanders, he got on Speedos and combat boots right now while you playing. hey, we appreciate him on this show. All right. This next game, brand new, I just made up a couple days ago. It's called Absolute Facts. I'm gonna shoot y'all some absolute facts. You tell me if you agree, if you disagree, and we'll take it from there. Corey Manning.
Yes, sir.
Beyonce is the best performer ever. Absolute fact.
If she actually performed in Foxborough, like 15 minutes from where I live last night, and my wife went to the show, and they said it was absolutely phenomenal. I would have to see the show. I did see the documentary, which was awesome, especially since I went to a HBCU.
Hold on, Steph. If it's not Beyonce, who's better?
MC Hammer.
Living or dead?
MC Hammer.
I still got to go with Michael Jackson. I
haven't seen him live, but I saw MC Hammer live, and it was the best concert I went to other than Kids Bop.
I've seen MC Hammer live. He make you tired. You
MC Hammer. Hey, I saw MC Hammer in the 90s, and he was fucking incredible. Yeah. Elo, all us old men is losing our damn mind. Tell us. Go ahead. Tell us.
To me, that's not facts. I would agree with Steph. It would be Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Next question. Corey, you just alluded to it. Miss Elo, MC Hammer is the greatest of all time.
Greatest what?
Wow. How about that? MC Hammer was the greatest rapper, MC type of guy.
Oh, who's the comparison? Give me. I don't know. I honestly.
Whatever you say is better, I guess.
Better than MC Hammer. I mean, it would have to be.
I don't like you got to make all these sound effects.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get
No
me
wonder
wrong.
you got flown
MC
out.
Hammer. No, but I just still feel like it was somebody else. I just can't put a pin on it, but I feel like it could be somebody else.
Hey, Andromeda says if I fly out, I'm putting out. I'm not leaving town for somebody I don't like.
Thank you, Andromeda. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But we all know that drama's a little loose. Okay.
She's liberated. Hey, she just liberated her thing. You know what I'm saying? That's ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing
She's
wrong.
not loose. She's melodrama.
21st century woman.
Melodrama, hilarious.
Melodrama.
All right. Now we might not have to put Elo through this one. I'm gonna throw it out to the guys. Vagina is way better than head. Steph Sanders.
Vagina's way better than head. No. Not. Even if you say it's better, it ain't way better. Because if you,
they run a neck and neck. In your opinion, neck and neck.
I don't even think you like me if you don't give me head. So you got to give me head, and that's gotta be good. If you don't give me head, like me, yeah.
Vagina is the most beautiful thing that God has ever created.
Indeed.
Head is something the devil put out there to turn us to the other side.
The only thing good the devil created was head.
And I'm going to hell.
Way better than head.
To the point of, because I have a lot of male friends, I would have to disagree. It's neck and neck. I wouldn't say it's way better because some men do enjoy head way more than whoever they trying to, sleep with. So
I guess
I'm gonna tell you why I enjoy head. It's because I'm not putting in all the work.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not. It's because I'm not the one that's putting in all the work when we having sex. Like I'm the one that's doing the ab crunches and you know what I'm saying, the leg lifts, the peanut, especially.
Now would you agree with this? Like some. Okay, there's women that have wonderful vagina, and then there's women that have sex well.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, what would you rather have? Would you have a wonderful vagina or a person that was skilled at that skill set?
Skill, definitely skill. Yeah, definitely.
Are you talking about skills just in the head? Or are you talking about skills in the sex?
No, skills in sex in general.
It's skills in the sex, skills in the sex. I mean, vagina could be good vagina. I'm still going to have to put the work in. I'd rather somebody work me out for me. That's what. Now,
Elo, is the opposite true? Like, would you rather have a guy that you know was a skilled sexpert, or would you rather? I don't know the opposite of that. I don't know if he
big and he can't work and he can't do that with it.
He just blessed.
Oh yeah, it definitely skill. Because sometimes you too blessed, and I'm not the one to force shit. So you
wait a minute.
You gonna have to back that up. I don't do that. Yeah, skill for me.
You don't need no new construction.
Ain't no remodeling going on.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You're not putting that two-seater, you're not putting that Hummer in this economy class. That's what you're saying.
Andromeda says, what makes vagina wonderful? You know what? That's a great question.
I wish you had sound effects with birds chirping or something like that.
And I will say this for the record, my wife is she's got a top-notch vagina. But
we're gonna edit that out.
I had this girl years ago, and she wasn't a skilled sexpert, but her actual vagina was wonderful. It was head and shoulders above the other vaginas of that day. It's like it had its own. I don't know what it was. It was just wonderful. It was just.
Je ne sais quoi?
It had the je ne sais quoi. It was, and I still know her, but I've of course I haven't partaken in quite some time, but I just remember that whoever else gets this is going to be getting something wonderful.
you remember early on the show, you asked me, and you said, "Do you ever put your foot in the mouth in your mouth?"
There's a moment.
He did put a shoe store, your shoe store.
You got your whole leg in there, Rodney.
I'm definitely cruising for a bruising. I'm lucky. The good thing is that my wife don't watch the show, so let's. If
Amen.
she ever see this shit, she'd fucking pack her shit and get out of here.
But to answer a question, I think for me it's the texture and
The texture.
and the compression. I don't know whether this is skills or it's just a good vagina, but the ability to control it.
Now you looking at a skilled sexpert. That's a skilled sexpert.
No, I've had somebody walk, like literally felt like they were walking.
But that's a skill. Like the Kegel, all that, that's a skill.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Matter of fact, everybody hit about 10 reps on that Kegel right now. I got a hot 9. I did 9 quick Kegels.
I got 8.
You know, they say men should do their Kegels as well because it helps you when you have issues with premature ejaculation.
Yeah,
but it also helps for men who have, as you get older, being able to control your bladder.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
Same muscle.
Yep.
A good doctor tell you that when you go for your physical.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Steph,
you know a lot about everything. Are you an MD?
I'm a PhD.
Your PhD in what field? What discipline?
Education leadership.
You do so, man. You go into education, but you funny, right? Yeah. How did you navigate that as a funny person? Because I know ain't nobody trying to hear no jokes in education.
No. And my students, I've been a principal and an associate superintendent. They would not tell you that I'm funny because I separate the two. Because as a black leader, you had to not. I don't want to be seen as a joke, so I separated.
Can't be a joke.
No, so I did from the 9 to 5. It was straight, business and the best I am, and then after that, I was a fool. So
get out of here. How do you separate the two?
I mean, you just have your, just anything else. You have your faces. You have your, your way of code switching. So I go to school, I go to work, and these white folks got to take me seriously because I'm their boss, and it ain't no jokes. And the students we about student achievement, and closing this achievement gap for my black and brown babies. But then after that, on Thursday night, I fly out to the comedy club. It's I act a fool.
So I think that's nothing short of amazing, man. Yeah. Hey, talk to me about this, man, because I became aware recently about autism and how often it affects young people in our community and how a lot of black autistic kids go undiagnosed. Yep. Talk to me about how prevalent it is in schools now, and are all of these kids being put in special classes?
Great question. I started out in special education. I started with kids who were black and brown coming out of juvie and we consider ED, emotionally disturbed. That's basically youth, bipolar, or mental illness and so forth. But autism at that point, 2013, autism was 1 in every 150 kids. And now it's about 1 in every 25, 30.
What changed?
We think it's studies point to diet, studies point to every the environmental concerns, everything. But autism that's why it's a spectrum. So you may have somebody who's verbal and it just has a tick, or it's kind of like somebody you met you'd be like he's something just not quite right, but all the way to nonverbal and can't tie their shoes.
So what I understand now is based on how they their social skills, how they manifest their social skills, but they could be high functioning too and be great at math or some shit, So like how do you nurture that child?
You just meet them where they are and give them what they need. Because like you said, they could be high functioning. It used to be Asperger's was on that spectrum too. They took that off. The DSM
really?
is its own thing. So now you just have high functioning autistic kids, but you just meet them where they are and deal with it. You kind of teach them social skills. We have social skill curriculum. Yeah, good schools have. We have in the classroom called Y Try, Second Step, things of that nature, to actually teach them how to deal with social skills. Because kids don't play like we used to. We learn that in the streets. We learned that
Right.
with our friends and all that. They don't do that anymore. So it's
Wow. Elo, you out there in the streets, you dating these dudes. What percentage of dudes out there walking around maybe used to be autistic?
I ain't gonna say that.
Don't make me give a number.
There's no used to be autistic. You autistic. You
Used to be right.
Life.
You are.
Yeah.
I would say the ones I ran into about a good 25-30%.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I know, based on the spectrum he just gave.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Get out of here.
wrong with this one? Yeah, for sure.
Wow, man. I mean, you know, I'm a father of 5 girls, man. And to think that, you know, people are going through whatever they're going through, Steph, and they still walk around among us.
Yeah.
You know, so real quick story, right? So Corey, so my buddy tells me this story. He say he's a musician. He's in Nashville doing a record, and he goes to get lunch. In the restaurant is a girl, she's gorgeous. And he's like, yo, man, a girl is fine. I'm about to go holler at her. So he make his move to go holler at her. Turns out he knows the girl. They went to high school together and they start reminiscing. You know, they talk about old times. And she's like, yo, my mom is still, she was still at the school till, a couple months ago. But she not in school no more. She don't have to teach those special needs kids anymore. And he was like, your mama ain't teaching no special needs kids. I was in her class. She said, if you was in my mama class, your ass was special needs. What's the odds, Steph, that a guy could be, a person could be in that class and not realize that he was special?
Oh man, a lot. It's 13 disabilities in the category. So it's 13 of those from what we call other health impaired. So it's ADD. Somebody with ADHD is a child and stuff like that. You still in special education, but now it's inclusion. So you're in a gen ed classroom, but you actually have somebody to pull you out, somebody come to the door and give you these, or somebody that comes in and push in. So it's a lot of those. So the odds are very great because we definitely are overrepresented, especially Black men, Black boys in special education. In the school, you're supposed to have maybe 9 to 10%. I'm in schools where it's 35, 40, 45%.
Really?
Special education.
Can I ask Dr. Saunders a question?
Yes, sir.
How is that? Do you think is the percentage increase that you talked about is affected by accessibility and comfortability with being able to say or acknowledge that your family member might have a problem? Because especially in the Black community, a lot of times we don't
used to be
take out kids, don't want to put them in those
dumb ass up. Mama was hard on you back in the day.
Yeah, big time now, because now it used to be, even in the time I've been in education, it used to be you have what we call child fine. We would have to go search those kids out and deem them, designate them as special education. First day of school now, Black mama's on my door like, hey, I need them tested. I want her tested. And I'm like, they didn't do anything wrong. It used to be you wouldn't test anybody either.
Now, what do we do as Steph, as parents? Like, I've had teachers like try to put my daughter into those programs. And I'm like, my daughter is not special, but I had a reference point of my other daughters too. Mm-hmm. So I knew that she would catch up, but she was slower, and then she just caught up like one day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how do I know that I didn't hurt her by insisting that y'all don't put my baby in this world? Well,
she obviously caught up. If she hadn't, then you probably would have hurt her, because we look at if they're 2 grade levels or two points behind everybody else. So that's what we go by. We used to not test anybody to 3rd grade and after. Now we got people coming to you, kindergarten 4-year-olds and TK 5-year-olds with IEPs and with
how can you tell a 4-year-old he ain't even done yet?
Exactly. That's what. But he to Corey's point, that's the overrepresentation now, because so many people are doing it, and they found that they can get money for it. So as a family, as a parent, I can get money for my kid being special education. So I'm like, Dr. Sands, I want my kid tested because I need this check. Yeah. And so forth and so on. So that's how it happens. And we get money as a school I get extra money. Per people, extra money for my kids.
So if we talk 30%, that number is probably skewed up a little higher by people out there trying to get their paper.
Big time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Sometimes I wonder about those of us that's telling jokes, if we were really special needs, bro.
Probably.
I say it on stage.
Yeah. Just like Mike Epps said, he talked about it.
Mike Epps did start talking, and so did Monique. She talked about it as well.
Well, I was ADD, ADHD.
Were you?
And yeah, still am to a certain degree. Well, not to a certain degree. I still am.
Yeah.
And the other thing that we talk about addiction, like a lot of young people, because they have these social and mental problems, they start using drugs and it makes us feel normal. So when you say self-medicating, you're literally self-medicating.
Yeah,
and that's how a person develops an addiction.
Hey, let me tell you how my mama dealt with it. So my mama was a no-nonsense little tiny lady, right? My brother was having conversations about potentially committing suicide at one point. And I probably shouldn't even share this, but it's too late. I'm already down the road. He was talking about, that my mother say, if you tell one more person you're gonna kill yourself and don't do it, I'm gonna kill you myself. This is the type of, I said, Mama, you can't say that. This is the type of parenting we had. This is the type of shit.
If a mom say that now, I had to turn her in.
Would you?
I mean, that's the way. That's how the society has.
Granny Wilder says she's got Asperger's. I was an Aspie.
You are an Aspie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
It's increasing because more awareness and more information on autism. So, do we just know more, or is it that? Do we know more, or are they over diagnosing us?
It's both. It's a little bit of both. We do know more, and that's why those numbers went up, like I said, so drastically from us even diagnosing kids with autism. But it is over-diagnosis also because
I know I ain't supposed to use this word, Steph Sanders. I'm gonna say it.
Uh-oh.
I was growing up.
Do not say
it. Niggas was retarded.
That's different. So
it's retarded.
Other words ID. They're not our words now. ID, intellectually disabled. That's different than autism.
Okay, so that's wait.
That's a totally. Remember, I told you
autism 13 is another animal. That's another thing.
Yeah, that's its own thing.
So intellectually disabled.
Yeah.
Is what we used to call those people that with the R word that we don't use anymore.
Yes.
Can we use the R word?
No.
You can't use it.
Not to describe.
Nigga, you can't say R word.
No, hold on. Not to describe a person that's intellectually disabled, but if you got a brother or a friend and they retarded, can't we just you acting retarded? Right?
That is the N word for kids with disabilities.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's like a white person saying you acting, and they really push back on using that word at all. It's not a cool word to use at all. No. But dude, it was so common and stuff when I was growing up. For people to use those words and just you would call somebody retarded. Like even now as a comedian, if I'm really good, somebody gonna say, nigga, your ass retarded.
Yeah, that's true. It is something we used a lot and did. I did it, but yeah, it's very much, that's the scarlet letter word,
So I can't use that to name my next special. My comedy
special.
No,
you cannot. Don't use our word. I hated the word. It hurt so bad. Wow.
Let me make that clear. I was pushing it just to get the information out because I totally agree with. Because I was going to say the analogy is just like if white people were telling each other, you're acting niggerish right now. Like that's
I talked to the Gospel Heifers. I talked to Granny Wilders, and they really gave me some insight and some context to these words, autism, how you approach, how you deal with it. So how about this, Steph? If you're autistic, you could be 20 years old, but manifest at age 13. Like,
socially,
will you ever catch up?
Well, it'll be social cues. You may at 20 years old, you may be graduating with your, be extra and graduating a degree in physics, but you can't tie your shoes, or you can't hold a conversation or look people in the eye. Or things of that nature. So to be, some social cues there. Then it's the other side of the spectrum where you may be 20, but your brain function, everything is at 13, or autism, which is close to ID. But it's its own. It's a separate animal.
You may not know the answer to this, Elo. You don't know the answer to this. I'm just gonna throw it out there anyway. If you make love to an autistic guy, Does he have a more intense orgasm?
I wouldn't know. I have not, but I wouldn't know.
It seemed like if your ass was,
I would assume so, based on, like when they say you missing a sense and it's like it's greater in the other senses.
indeed, you might get something
I would assume that would be the response, because I don't think God would like do that like totally. But I wouldn't know, because I ain't really.
I'm glad you don't know that. I'm glad you don't know the answer to that.
Not that you know of.
Not that
I know of. Yeah. All right.
Think back on it. Was that person that had the biggest orgasm? Was he? Then you think about it, and you've been informed by Dr. Saunders. Was he on the spectrum in any sense?
Not for autism. Maybe ADHD, but not autism.
Yeah.
Like, I've been around autism, so I've not. I don't think I would have been. I shouldn't say that.
Don't say.
Yeah.
Let me say the stupid stuff.
Yeah. But
hey, I you tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. Miss Elo is in the building, giving us some insight on dealing with autistic men, and also Steph Sanders, Dr. Sanders is in the building. So is Corey Manning, Jeff Brown. You said, "Give me the link, Rodney Perry." You got
something? Please. Okay, first let me start with Elo's beauty points out just how freaking ugly men are, because you dudes look hideous up here with her.
Elo do got a good face.
Like, oh my God.
Like,
oh my God. Black women, nigga.
Do you look like your pop?
I look like my mom, like spitting image.
Oh, get out of here. Yeah, because I would be mad if your dad was cute as hell like this.
No, he's a very handsome man, but my features definitely come from my mom.
Your mama probably got the strongest tribe, like as in, if you look at certain people, they come from certain tribes. You can tell, like Midwest dudes that's dark skinned with curly hair. That's a tribe. That's a tribe of people. Anyway, let's get back to
her son has
retarded. Let's get back to retarded.
We're not using that word, Jeff Brown.
Why not? It only means slow. It means slow. Are they slow or not? Okay, I just found out I'm on the spectrum, Rodney. I am.
Are you on the spectrum?
Yes, I am. Think about it. Think about your friend.
Okay.
Think about all the shit that I do at a high level and my inability to pick up on social cues and just talk about niggas right in their face. Mm-hmm. I identify as retarded. You can't tell me what to call myself. I'm retarded.
I can tell you not to do that anymore.
Okay. I don't care.
I don't think you're gonna listen, but I want to tell you that.
I'm not. You can't cancel. See, we worry too much about being canceled, Rodney Perry. I'm 58 years old. I drive a stick shift. I got a landline and 1,200 DVDs. I can't be canceled.
Wait a minute. How many DVDs you got?
1,200. And
what do you play them on?
On a DVD player, nigga. They cheap. Okay. How you gonna cancel me? I have 1,200 DVDs, and guess what they all have in common? No surprise gay shit. It's not the gay shit I have a problem with. It's the surprise gay shit.
Jeff, I need you to come to my center. Fly here to my center, please.
Surprise, nigga. Two sissies kissing. I don't have none of that.
You don't want to be a part of that.
I don't want to. No, it's not that I don't want. I just don't want it to be a shock. If I could have a TVM gay, like maybe a little man could run across the screen.
Maybe they could rate it like
this is what I'm
rated anal.
Come on, rated anal. Remember, parental guidance suggested. Remember that shit that they used to have, right? If I could have a little man run across the screen with his shirt tied in a knot over his belly button and some boots on, something to happen, and then I would know.
You gonna look away.
I could go get some more weed and come back. I don't miss y'all. Get
still see the movie. You can still see Brokeback Mountain.
I don't know about that, but the plot is never bothered by this gay shit. It isn't, because it doesn't really have anything to do with it. You just force feeding me gay shit. But we're off the page. See, that's the kind of shit I say because I don't have a filter. I don't have I'm tired of people putting up these extra filters.
President.
Okay, we are the keepers of the truth. We got to keep the truth.
Hey, let me ask you this, Jeff Brown. Mm-hmm. We're talking about autism, ADHD. You mentioned the R word. Mm-hmm. How about this, guys? Is what we're seeing manifest itself as transgender, or is that some type of mental disorder on some level?
So is transgenderism a mental disorder on some level?
Maybe, I don't know.
More than likely, but you're gonna have to. I'm gonna take y'all back to the first Batman with Michael Keaton. Remember when he cracked the code on what the Joker was doing with makeup to kill people? He said it wasn't lotion or on your own or lipstick on their own, but when you put it all together, this is what you get. This is a perfect storm of Similac babies. Y'all niggas didn't know it was in that Similac.
What's Similac got to do with anything?
What you feeding your baby? What you feeding your baby? Your baby manifests what you fed it.
What if I
You
told
fed
you
it
most of
something?
transgenders with breastfed?
But well, I ask you. I'd ask you what their mama ate.
Okay.
I ask you what it's. You ain't. There's no way you can tell me that this is not somehow social and chemical.
Stop right there, Jeff Brown. Hey guys, I got 3 videos I want y'all to see before we get done with the show today. I want to get your opinion on it. To me,
do I need lotion and a towel?
No, you won't. You won't need that at all.
Okay, just checking.
And who uses a towel? But that's another story. Anyway,
what kind of nasty? Okay.
Hey, don't worry about it. That
I
is
don't know what you doing.
It is lotion for me. Anyway,
I use a dress sock when I'm taking myself out.
Dress sock.
A dress sock. You need to elevate the tube socks, Corey. A dress sock is not absorbent.
Here we go, guys. Here we go.
My homeboy got mad at me. Now he ain't talking to me because we in the club and he tried to talk to these women, but he married. And I told him, hey, bro, you need to cut that out. He talking, man, why you hating, bro? I ain't hating. I ain't tell you to walk down that aisle. I ain't tell you introduce me to this woman and you go get that ring on your finger. Got me out on this wedding, spending all this money to come to y'all wedding to watch you come in this club and cheat and mess it all up. That's my money I spent on your wedding. I spent my money on your wedding. And I spent a lot of it too. We all in Vegas and all of that, all these casinos, and I'm spending all of my money. Nah, y'all stand together.
Right. Is he breaking the man law?
No, he's not. Because he's having that conversation with him. Yeah. If he's having that conversation with him, that's not breaking it. If he go back and
he's having a conversation on the internet, nigga. He not having it with him.
Oh, facts.
Well, he didn't name the friend unless that woman knows that dude got a bunch of hoish friends. She don't know which one of them. So I got to go with Corey. He's right.
Plus, I think it's convenient we use the breaking the man law when we're doing something wrong. If you're doing something wrong,
you're doing something wrong.
Stop right there.
It is the challenge to tell you not
don't be smart. Don't be smart on this one.
Be ignorant.
I was so mad at this dude. Like in my mind, I'm like, yo, come on, dog.
No,
you ain't have to do that.
You're wrong, Rodney Perry.
Hey,
I'm mad at it for a totally different reason. If you saying your justification is because you invested money in the wedding, then you should not have came to the wedding, just gave me the money. You feel like you invested. If you really invested in the wedding, then give me the money so I can build my relationship. You know what I'm saying? So
Elo, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Is it not a man law violation? Is it just, him being honoring that woman?
How's she know?
I think, I watched the video, the full video, and he also included that he started calling the wife sister and all of this and stuff.
Yeah,
so if you build an actual relationship with your homeboy's wife, like it is some sort of responsibility privately to tell him, hey, this is my sis. If you don't want me to say nothing, you need to go and do what you're going to do. Now,
Nick, don't say nothing.
I think the point
it's none of your business.
No, I think the point of him bringing it to the internet was for shits and giggles, because he made valid points, but they were all funny. Yeah. But if somebody know him and know
the situation,
very
could
few
put two and two together.
What's your thought?
Point out who it is.
I've actually had a situation mildly like this. One of my best friends, we was just talking in conversation. We were over his house. And his wife is a queen of what if. I hate that shit. But she goes, if if a woman husband is cheating on her, does her friends have a responsibility to her? I said, let me get real clear with you. That's my best friend. We were in the Marines together. If he cheat on you and I find out about it, I'm gonna cuss him out. I'm gonna ask him why. I'm gonna get deep in his business. We might even fight because that's my friend. And I'm supposed to be looking out for what's ultimately best for him. Because if you catch him, you gonna take his shit and he gonna wind up on my couch. So I have an obligation to that. Now, by that same token, if you and your friends kidnap me, you can't run toothpicks under my fingernails to make me tell you, because that's not between me and you. That's between me and my man and us being men. I'm not telling you what to do with your dick. I'm telling you not to be stupid about it. I can tell you that. I can tell you that if I can find out what you're doing and I ain't snooping, so can she. I can ask you if this, because it all make you ding ding stank, is this really worth what you have built? Is it? Because if you really want some extemporaneous cooter, pay for it. Pay for it. If you pay for it, this girl ain't gonna drive by your house. This girl ain't gonna try to get a hold of your mama. Last time I'm gonna say this, but here why you don't want to pay for it. Why? Because you need to convince yourself you can still get laid. This is about your ego.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, this guy made a point, but what about this lady right here?
What is one thing that you've never told your ex?
That I cheated on him. But I'll say it now.
How many times did you cheat on him?
One time I cheated on him when he went to the barbershop to get a lining. One of my clients hit me up like, I want you to come real quick. I got $1,000 for you. And I'm like, shit. Cool. Just drop this off. Went, made that money real quick, 10 minutes, and I was back by the time before he was done getting his lining.
Did you pay for his haircut?
No. Sure didn't. That felt good saying.
What's her number?
Well, you need somebody. I can find you somebody untrustworthy to give you a blowjob behind somebody.
If my wife don't go suck the dick for $1,000, I'm mad.
But I'm mad she for my haircut though. So,
hey, first of all, I mean, wives ain't doing no $1,000 head.
No. Married head ain't worth $1,000.
No.
Married head.
Can you ask for your money back?
It depreciates real quickly.
Can you ask for your money back if it's not $1,000 worth of head?
No, you cannot. Once you make the deal, you make the deal.
Make the deal,
bro. But how about this? She never told them. She dipped out on them real quick. Elo, man, women don't act like this, right? I mean, what type of clients she got?
No, women do act like that.
Wait a minute, Elo.
Not
Come on,
me.
church lady. Come on, church lady.
Here's the thing. I know how, but I haven't done it.
Come on, baby.
It's just something built in us to be sneaky. That's all I'm saying.
Really?
But the point is, I don't know why she has a man if she's into this. Like, why even keep him around if you're just gonna do what you want to do anyway? Like,
I feel like he did something to hurt her after that anyway. You know, that left the relationship vulnerable.
So it's just get back. I mean, get back. All is fair and get back. I ain't never got back nobody. So
are we gonna all sit here and high hurdle the fact that she was dressed like she was finna go kill Batman? Okay, let's start there. If your girl dressed like she gonna kill Batman,
she might she might have some issues.
I was going to ask Dr. Saunders, does she look like she on the spectrum?
Definitely, but I see these kids. I see them all the time.
Yeah. Hey, wait, Steph, tell me that this ain't one of your kids' parents.
Hey, it might be. It might be. I see this all the time.
Is that what you're aiming at, Steph?
And then I meet the parents, and the kids tell me, they say, you don't want to meet my parents. And I meet the
you
parents.
don't want to do it.
I would never call them again. I'm sorry. It'd just be me and you. Don't worry about it.
So it'd be you and the student trying to figure out how to deal with the parent.
Yes. I got a lot of those.
Those are facts.
Hey, man, such a great show today, man. Such great insight, man. Great conversation. I can't thank each and every one of you. Jeff Brown came in with the 3-pointer off the bench. hit the 3. Jeff Brown, how do people stay in touch, bro?
Today, later today around 7 p.m. LA time, I invite you to tune into Giraffe Balls, where I'm going to get as high as giraffe balls and talk about a particular subject today. Today's subject is how much of your shit is your fault. Oh yeah, and then on Sunday, every Sunday at 12 o'clock LA time, I am the pastor of the First Church of Holy Shit. Somebody fucked up and told me God was everywhere. So I pray from here, saves me 10%. I never miss a game. I encourage you to save 10% on your soul insurance by switching to Don't Go and join me.
Wow. Steph Sanders, man, we go back so many years, man. You came in and gave us some great insight as an educator, man. Dr. Sanders, how do we stay in touch, bro?
I am Steph Sanders everywhere. All my handles. I am Steph Sanders. My brand is Off the Change. OFFDACHANGE. I do a show at the Punchline around the country every month, and Off the Change. So yeah, just I am Steph Sanders and Off the Change.
I love it. Hey, my man Corey Manning, man, how do we stay in touch, bro?
Social media is just you can go. I'm Googleable. You can Google Corey Manning. I come up, or you can just go straight to the website CoreyManning.com, and there you find a list of how to stay in contact with me, and also where I'll be performing next. And I'm also doing a residency in Franklin, Massachusetts starting August the 19th, which is a Saturday.
Hey, super talented, super funny, such a great sport today. I can't thank you enough for coming on, Miss Elo Copeland. How do we stay in touch?
Okay, your favorite church girl. You can stay in touch with me.
Do it.
All
Hold it, vocal shop.
I am Elo Copeland. So there you go.
Looking like CC Winans with clearer skin.
You know what? She could easily be a Winans. All right,
she's
guys.
not hard to look at. There's that.
Hey, great show today. My name is Rodney Perry. This is Rodney Perry Live. We do the show every day. I don't even know why. I just keep going. And I figured out some new stuff to get us some new viewers, so they come in droves. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you, Steph Sanders. Thank you, Corey Mann. Thank you, Uncle Jeff Brown, and I am Elo Copeland. What a great show. Soon, guys. Have a good day.